teacher,
music, technology,
teacher, teacher,
network, teacher, network,
teacher,
network, music, technology,
teacher,
network, music, technology,
teacher.
Welcome to episode 3 of Tips and Tricks for Remote Learning. This is Heath with the Music Technology Teacher Network. That's www.mutechteachernet.com. Lately, I've been looking on social media, Facebook and Twitter, and here where I live, just outside of Atlanta, recently we had a group of band directors that got together and used an app called Acapella, where they independently video recorded themselves playing a part to an arrangement of a piece of music. And Acapella is this neat little app that will take these different video files and put them together as a video collage, but also will align the video and the audio into the collage, which is a pretty neat and cool thing. So I've had some teachers that have contacted me about, is it possible to do something like that with our students? The problem with Acapella is that it is designed primarily for social media. So in a school setting, that doesn't do us a lot of good, because that's not going to fall under FERPA and COPPA regulations for student privacy. Plus, students would actually have to buy the app, and we don't want to require our students to go out and have to buy apps for things that they may or may not be using very often. Now, there are also video editing software out there that you can purchase that will create these video collages, and even some more advanced DAWs have the technology where they can align audio tracks, which is a little different than quantizing. Quantizing is typically for MIDI files, and some advanced DAWs will do audio quantization, but it's a little more involved. So the thing about creating so tonight, actually, I got my daughter together and I arranged a quartet for her. She plays the oboe, and actually videoed her playing each of the 4 parts. And then I was able to put those videos and audio together and create a video collage that I posted on my personal Facebook page. I haven't posted it to YouTube or to my actual website because I do want to check on some copyright clearances, and I don't want to violate copyright that way with what I did with the arrangement. So, but I did have some folks that contact me about this, and I do have a way that you can create video collages using iMovie. And the great thing about iMovie is that it's free. So if you have iMovie and you can make some videos, I'm going to show you how to combine those into a collage. Now, as part of this project, I did take some time to align the audio and the video, which is a whole nother process that I'll probably use for another episode. But for this one, I'm going to stick with just creating these video collages using iMovie. It's kind of a workaround, but it works pretty well. So I've got iMovie open. So the first thing I'm going to do is I'm going to go to backgrounds. So where you got the controls up here, backgrounds and titles, I'm going to go to backgrounds, and I'm going to just choose one of these solid colors. Let's go with blue. So I'm going to grab this as a background and drop it in. And then I'm going to come over here to these videos that I recorded earlier, and I'm going to select this video and I'm going to drop it in on top of the background. Now, the next thing I'm going to do is extend this background so it's the same length as the video clip that I have in here to match that up. Okay, so now that that's done, I'm going to click on this video clip, and I'll come up to the editing window, and I'm going to click into the video overlay settings. Now from here, when I click on this, I'm going to select picture in picture, and for the presentation it defaults to dissolve, but I'm going to set that to 0 because I want that video to just appear right away. And then you can see the video appears now in a box on top of this overlay. So what I'm going to do is take this video box and kind of stick it in the corner, and I'm going to open it up so it takes about a quarter of that page. So once I have that done, I'm now going to export this video. Again, this is a gets to be a little cumbersome, but it's pretty quick. And again, the bonus with this is that it is free. So I'm going to give this a name and save it to my desktop. And you'll see, because the video is a little over a minute long, it doesn't take very long to process that. And the video should pop up out here on my desktop shortly, within seconds. I think I just saw it pop up. There it is. Okay, so now I'm going to come back and I'm actually going to delete what I just did. And I'm going to come out here to this video that I just exported. If I can grab this window and shrink it down. Oh, it's not cooperating with me right now. Trackpads. Okay, so here's the video I just exported. So I'm going to grab this and drag it back in and drop it. So the next thing I'm going to do is I'm going to come out here and take the next video that I created, click and drag it in, and I'm going to drop it on top of this video I recorded earlier. And so I'm treating this video, the first video that I exported, as my background. So now if I click on this video clip, I can go back to the overlay tool. I'm going to choose picture in picture again, set that to 0. And now I'm going to come grab this video box and put it in another corner and kind of zoom it out. And once I'm here, once again, I'm going to export. So we'll call this maybe 1.5. And again, it shouldn't take too long to get this exported. And it may seem a little cumbersome. There are a lot of steps to this, and that is true. But keep in mind, this is free. If you've got an Apple desktop or laptop, you've got this tool sitting there for you without having to buy additional software. So once again, I'm going to come in here and I'm going to delete what I had before. I'm going to come grab this clip I just created, drop it in. Now I'm going to come back and grab my next video clip, pop it over, line it up. I think you're beginning to get an idea of the process here. Again, come back to my overlay tool, picture in picture, set this to 0, and I'll place this one down here. And again, I'll resize that. And in case you haven't guessed it already, we're going to export this file. So we'll call this 1.6, save it to our desktop. So as that's, before that, I'm not going to delete this until it's finished exporting. So now once I get all these together, you might notice on the bottom you have your audio line. And for the completed video, I actually used I actually aligned and mixed the audio outside of iMovie and GarageBand, and then I came back and added the audio in. And again, that'll be another episode. This is going to be, it's going to work pretty well, I think, for the time being. So finally, I'm going to bring this last clip in, and I'm going to drag this over. And I'm going to zoom in just for what we're doing here. And the reason I'm going to zoom in is I want to get a closer look of the audio, because again, for the finished clip that I had before, I did the audio separately, and I'm going to go ahead and adjust this volume down a little bit, because you see it's that yellow that appears up there indicates clipping, which means you have to be careful if your audio begins to clip, because that means you might start getting a distorted sound. So I'm just going to bring this down just a little bit. Now, just for, again, the purposes of making this video, I can listen to it. And again, it's a longer video to show you how to get all that audio lined up. So the purpose of this video is just to show you how to make the collage. So the last step here, one more time, I'm going to go to the overlay tool, picture in picture, set that to 0, and then I'm going to fill in my last corner. Now, if I had more videos, so, even though this is my daughter and she's playing all 4 of the parts, this could certainly be 4 different students that could send you individual audio clips from their homes of them playing a part to a quartet or to a larger ensemble. One of the things in the future, I'm thinking about putting together a video where the teacher could actually be conducting the piece and the students could be performing their part to the recording at home and make a recording, which is not super hard to do. It's kind of cool. So once I get this last piece in, I'm going to export one final time, and I'm going to call this one my final cut. Save, and it's going to export. And so if I had more than 4 people, I could certainly make these boxes smaller. You could actually overlap the boxes if you wanted to. Just keep in mind that every time that you export, once you import those video files back in, I'm not going to be able to move any of these other boxes around. I'm only going to be able to place one box at a time. But in any case, I can now get out of iMovie on this final cut. And again, I'm not going to worry too much about the audio right now. That's an additional step that I'll show you later. But through that process, I've now created a video collage of 4 different videos with my daughter playing the audio to it. And the audio is included in there. And but I'll show in another video how to clean that up. But in the meantime, that is a neat way that you can create video collages that is free, meaning we don't have to go back and buy additional apps or software to make that happen. And this may not be something that you're going to have your students do unless you're running like maybe a video production class, or it could be incorporated into a music technology lesson, because certainly editing audio and video falls into the career categories of music technology. But that's how you make a video collage using iMovie. Hope you enjoyed this video. If you did, if you found it helpful, please subscribe. Please share it with your friends and colleagues. And on our YouTube channel, if you have any questions or suggestions for future videos, please let us know, and we'll be glad to put that together for you. In the meantime, I hope you continue to keep your distance from each other, but waves and smiles travel a long way. Stay healthy, be good, and thanks for watching.
Music, technology, music, technology, music, music, technology,
teacher,
music, technology,
teacher,
network,
teacher,
network,
teacher,
network, music, technology,
teacher,
network, music, technology,
teacher,
network,
teacher,
network, music, technology,
teacher,
network, music, technology,
teacher,
network,
teacher,
network.